Hello everyone, Glenda Mollet here and welcome to my craft room today. I'm going to create this um, really different card using our picture this and iconic dies. So I'm just making sure that I'm up and running in both places, and I am, and I can see the comments. There we go. Okay, so welcome to the third of my live streams to YouTube. I usually go on Facebook, but I've started something different recently. So there we are. It's good to have new stuff, right? Okay, I'm just checking to make sure. There we go. Okay, I'm done. I'm not going to procrastinate any longer. We are going to get started on this, and I hope whether you're watching it live or catching it on the replay, you enjoy how I created this card. So there's two unsung heroes in our catalog. Neither one of them, no, one of them does not have a stamp set to it, and one does, I believe. So let me just find the dies. There's the Oh, hello, Kathy. Thanks for joining me. So the iconic dies can be found on page 163, and they're you to see them in use, you can go to page 18 of the catalog. So the Stamping Up has used them along with the Days to Remember stamp set. And then the other one is Picture This. So it's on page 164. And they don't have a stamp set either, but you can see them in use on page 67. So they've paired it up with the Peekaboo Farm stamp set up here in the corner. So I'm going to show you how I created this card. So I'm using the Encircled in Friendship stamp set for this flower, the envelope, and inside. And I'm using Sweet as a Peach because it has some really nice small sentiments that you can put in on the little circles. So good morning, Jessica and my granddaughter, Maggie. So I'm using Hello and Friend. Then we're using the dies. So this is the iconic dies. So there's mushrooms, a branch, some flowers, leaves, a fern leaf, a bird, a big flower, and a bumblebee. And Picture This dies, either the circles or the rectangles. And I'm going to be using the circles today. And I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so to make the card, I'm using a thick basic white card base that's 8.5 by 5.5 scored and folded in half, a piece of Pool Party that is 5.25 by 4, a piece of thick basic white that is 5 by 3 3/4. Now I'm using that for the front. I like using the thick because it stands up a little bit better. I have basic white 5.25 by 4 for the inside, and then 3 pieces of glimmer paper. These two come from the Rainbow Glimmer, and this one comes from the Ombre Specialty Paper. And bling, I love the bling. Okay, and of course an envelope. So we'll just put some of these off to the side, and I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine, and I'm just going to use little bits of Post-it note to hold it in place so it doesn't get off kilter from going through the machine. So I'll just run that through now. Good morning, Shanna and Janet. Thanks so much for joining me today. Woohoo! 4 people. Whoa, 5. Wow. We're doing good today. Okay, so there's the die cut out, but don't discard the circles because I'm going to use those. So that's what I'm doing the stamping on and putting the die cut pieces on. There we go. So we'll put that away because I'm done with those now. See, one run through the machine and you have all these cool pieces. Look at all these circles that you can use for other things as well as what I'm using them for. Okay, I'm going to get my magnetic platform here. And the big mushroom is on this color. Uh-oh. Don't tell me it's not big enough. Of course not. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, let's just hold that in place. And the little mushroom in yellow, and I think I'll do it so that the orange is at the top. That will be fun. A little piece of post-it note to hold it in place there. And then the bird I'm doing on the blue. Just like that. Hi, Carmen. Okay, so I'll get those through the machine. And we'll just take off those bits off my sheet. Oh, I guess I could have put adhesive sheet on the back of those and then they would be easy to attach, but I didn't, so oh well. That's life. You know, sometimes you remember these things afterwards and you think, now why didn't I do that? What a blonde moment that is. And not to be derisive to blondes because it's got nothing to do with the color of your hair, believe me. All has to do with brain function and when you think of things. Okay, let's get the bird out of there. Put those away because I'm done with them and it saves me from losing things. Okay, we'll take the excess and put that off to the side. Finish getting all the little pieces out of here. Because this is glimmer paper, it's a little bit thicker than the normal cardstock, so some of the pieces need a little bit of persuasion to come out. I love the dots. Now, you don't have to. You can leave the dots in there. That would be really cool. Of course, now I've got some of them out, so what are the chances I'll be, or one out anyways. Ooh, it's only one. Here, let's see if I can put that back in. Let's just use this as it is. There we go. Now, because I'm putting those holes back in, I was going to use a bit of tear and tape just to hold them in place. Then they won't fall out. There we go. The cord's in my way. There. So we'll use the mushroom with all the bits in. I think that looks really cool. So it's going to go on the big one like that. And then this one, some of the bits have fallen off. So I'll just use it with some of the bits on it. And then the bird will go on when I can pick it up on this one like that. So let's just attach that. Now I've already got adhesive on most of this, so just put a little bit of adhesive right down the center. There we go, and make sure my die cut's the right way up. Just put that right on there. like that. And then use my scissors. You can't have these too long because they'll show through on the other holes. So just make sure you remember to cut the excess off and you'll be fine. Good morning. Oh, hi, Sharon. Oh, it's so nice to see people hanging out with me. It's a lovely day out there again today. Oops. Okay, those pieces are coming off, but that's okay. We'll just fake it. Okay, apparently they're all off now because they're sticking to my adhesive. Okay, switch into Tombow. Seeing as all those little pieces came out, I'll just put some little tiny dots of Tombow everywhere. We'll flip this one over onto here. I will just let that sit for a minute till I try to cut off the excess. And then we'll do the same with the bird. See if we can keep the eyeball in there. Oops. There we go. And that will go on right there. Like that. Okay. Now cut off the excess, and I'm cutting it down a little bit below because I don't want, when I put this back in, I don't want it to be squared right off at the edge here. I want it to look like the mushrooms are growing up from in there. Does that make sense? Okay, now this, I'm just going to cut down here like that. Okay. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can put this on first. I'm going to put it up on dimensionals. You can put it on first and then just, oops, upside down. It's not upside down, it's just the way I put the things on. Then you can just slide this underneath here. So let's get a little bit of adhesive on that. Or you can put it all up, put the die cut big white piece on first and slide these down inside. Either way works. Just lift this up so I can get the end of that mushroom in there. Okay, let's do this on a jaunty angle. Because you know, I can. There we go. There's the first one on. And we'll get some adhesive on the other one. Okay, so go back, line this up wherever you want it. And we'll just slip that down. Can you see? Am I doing? Oh, I'm not doing it in camera. Hang on. There we go. So I'm just sliding that down into the hole and pushing it down. Now the bird. Get the glue off of my fingers before I get it everywhere. Make sure that's still lined up. Just lift this up. Oops. It moved. Hello. Okay, there we go. Hold that in place. Slide the bird bits underneath. Come on. This was so easy the first time I did it. Why is it so difficult? Because things won't stop moving on me. Okay. Lift it up. Squish the bird bits down. Maybe I should have cut that leg off there. It's becoming annoying. Okay, we'll just twirl that around to where I want it and put it down in the hole. Okay, so that's those ones. Now we're going to stamp the other ones. So I have Memento black ink, and this one says friend, and it's going on one of the small ones right in the middle. And then I have hello. Do the same thing with that one. When you're stamping with photopolymer stamps, hold it in place for a little bit till you get good ink transfer. Sometimes it's a little more difficult to get. I'm looking for my dirty paper. Where'd it go? There it is. Sometimes it's a little more difficult to get good ink transfer with photopolymer stamps, but just being patient with them is what makes it work. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp just the flower head on this one, like that. Okay, so while I have it out, let's go ahead and do the inside and the envelope. Okay. Do a couple of buds on the inside and a couple on the envelope, like that. There. Get those off to the side so I don't get ink everywhere. Close it up. As you know, that ink, it tends to jump all over the place. Okay, now we have our other pieces. We'll just put adhesive on the back of those as well. And the friend. Okay. Come on. Line it up again. And this one is friend. It goes down in this hole down here. This one is the flower. It goes down there. And hello is up here at the top. There we go. So now we have all of our pieces in place. And we're going to put dimensionals on this. Now I think for speed I'll use foam strips. You can use dimensionals if you want. This holds them up higher and it goes faster. So you really need to make sure you get in between all the holes on this as well, so you don't have a collapsing card. Nothing worse than a saggy card. Okay, we'll just run this along like that. Use that piece there. I love these foam strips. I use them a lot, especially when I'm elevating large areas like this. It makes it a lot faster. And of course, when I want something that's a little bit taller. Okay, another need a piece there. Get another piece for here. And then one for there. And one more to go in there. There we go. So then I turn it over and I just kind of push it down and make sure there's no spots there that need extra. Then the liners come off of the ones in the middle. See how fast that was instead of using a whole bunch of dimensionals? Now, the ones on the edge, I'm going to do the rabbit ear thing with those. This just allows me some moving time when I'm trying to figure out where to put the overlay on top of the circles. There we go. Then you just, I'm holding it up off of the paper long enough to get things lined up and then push it down and remove your rabbit ears. And there we go. There's our card front. Oh, except I forgot to color the flower. Oh well. We can do it now. Now this is thick white that I'm coloring on, so you have to be a little bit more careful with your edges with the white, the thick white, because it does move on the cardstock more than the regular basic white does. So just, if you can, try to leave a little bit of area right up close. Put some highlights in with, that was fresh freesia I'm using. There we go. And I'm just going to lightly go over the top of this and just blend that color back together with the light. And now I have some light, soft succulent to do the stem with. There we go. And finish off with Wink of Stella, of course. Just a little bit on the flower. There we go. Okay, now this can go onto our card front. Just a little bit of Stampin' Seal all the way around the outside. And our thick basic white card base, make sure it opens the right way. Yeah, you don't want to make a left-handed card. There we are. Now let's color the inside flowers the same way I colored the rest of them. Just using fresh freesia. I love this color. So pretty. I was sad to see Purple Posy go, but this is a good substitute. Okay, and put some dark highlights in there. And I love how the artists provide you with where you should put the highlights. There we are. I'll go back over with the light one and just do some quick blending. And the stems. And the leaves. There we are. Just flip that around. Oops, come on. There we go. We'll place that inside. So what do you think of the leaving the bits on the mushroom. Which one do you like better, with or without the bits? So to finish it off, I'm just going to add some of our blue gems. Now these didn't retire last December, the end of December, when the rest of the last year's holiday mini catalog retired. We've had them all along, and I just kept forgetting to use them. But they're perfect here with the blue shimmer paper. And there we go. That didn't take long. Let's color. We got lots of time, so I'm just going to color in the flowers. Now this is an envelope, so I can't do any blending on it. But that's okay. So this looks like an iris to me, I believe. And they're in bloom where I live right now, the irises. Let's do one light and one dark, because we can. Okay, just very gently putting the brush onto the flower because I don't want it running out past the edge of the petals there. There we go. They certainly do, Carmen. They definitely give a different look. I like them both too. It's nice to know we have options when we're doing our cards. I try to share different ways to use the stamps and the dies so that you get alternative uses for your goodies. There we go. Oh, so pretty. There we go. Just a lovely card to send to somebody with Shanna likes with the holes. Definitely a different look. And it's a really lovely card to send to somebody to say, hey, friend, I thought about you today. So there is one of our stamp sets. Let me find it. Let me find it. So you can use that one. So just thought you should know how wonderful you are. Then there's also Friendships Refresh the Soul. And there's one that says, I thought of you today, but I can't seem to find it right here. So maybe it's been put away already. Oh, there it is. Just a note to let you know someone thought of you today. Let's stamp that on the inside. Wondering if the holes would fit into the other mushroom. Oh, like put the pink holes into the yellow mushroom. I'm not thinking so, Carmen, because if you look at these ones, there's a couple that are round, but most of them are more egg-shaped. These ones are definitely round. Let me see if I can dig this one out. I don't want to ruin. No. Okay, so let me stamp this on the inside and then I'll get another piece of paper and we'll give it a shot to see if they do. So you can cross color them. That would be cool. Okay, just a note to let you know that someone thought of you today. Oh, how precious is that? Wow. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, I have the red holes, or the red paper. See if I can cut any of the holes from the mushroom, the big mushroom. It's always fun to experiment and see what happens. You never know what's going to happen in my craft room. Okay. There's a leftover yellow one. Okay. There's a circle, so let me just pull it out. Okay, it doesn't fit that one. That fits there. Oops, stuck to my finger. Too small. Let's try this one over here. That hole over there. So yeah, you could. You definitely could. And then I found one leftover yellow one. So let's see if it will fit in here. Yeah. Probably the bigger one probably would. So there you could mix and match your mushroom holes. Good idea, Carmen. I love experimenting because you never know until you try something whether it's going to work or not, right? So there, see, you can mix and match your mushroom holes. You'd have to cut out a whole bunch of them because those two are the only ones that are circular. I mean, those two. The rest of them are all egg-shaped. Anyways, it is possible to do. One of the egg-shaped ones and put it in there. Ha! Cute. Cute, 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 cute. Good idea, Carmen. Okay, ladies. So that's it for today on YouTube Live. I hope you enjoyed this card. I'll be back next week at the same time, same place, with something else. We'll do another experiment or create a different card. And I'll also see you live at 8 o'clock Thursday night in my Facebook VIP group. And the link is in the comments to this video if you'd like to join us. Have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for spending time in my craft room with me. Stampin' Smiles, and bye for now.